Harry Hardwick, our new Cage Warriors featherweight champion. That place was rocking, and you did not disappoint.
Yeah, that is a special moment in my life. That Devil Trigger, the DJ somehow found a version with lines from the game in it for no reason. Milked the entrance, timed the drop into the chorus perfectly as I was going in. Probably 10-8 at the first round, would you say? I don't know. And then second round TKO, finished the fight, belt on my shoulder, pride I got the cage like a playing it like a guitar. That's going to take some beating. That was a unbelievable moment. Joining my brother as Cage Warriors champ. Yeah, it's special.
You've talked about it throughout training camp, but what does it mean to finally have it on that shoulder?
It's weird, man. Like, I earned this title shot like over a year and a half ago. I've had pull out disappointment. I had there was Paul Hughes was asked to fight me multiple times. Obviously, he had other going on. There was talk of Harilla in an interim title fight that fell through. There was multiple opponents fall through for November. It's just finally here. Finally got someone to say yes. Got it in my hometown. I don't know what I've done to deserve this, but I'm just a happy man.
Of course, you mentioned it already, but what is the significance of having two brothers world champions at the same time?
It's cool, isn't it? It's mint. It is just. It just goes to show you don't need some like big fancy gym. You don't need to flock to like America where you've got all this kind of stuff. It's like there was a McGregor quote that really rung true with me like years and years ago that stuck with me, where it's like if you can't look at your surroundings and look at what's around you and think I can become champ with this, then that is a bit of a tick. That is a sign of a mental crack, a sign of mental weakness. And I don't know how true it is, but it stuck with me. And me, George, Abdul, the lads at MFA, we're just chipping our way up, bringing MMA in Middlesbrough up and up and up and up until it becomes a synonymous term. Until people think Middlesbrough, people think MMA. That is the end goal.
And how important was it having a current and former Cage Warriors champion in your corner, preparing for a championship fight?
It was very cool. It was a bit of an unusual fight camp, obviously, with George getting the injury, like, relatively close to the start of it. I didn't have George present as he normally would be. I didn't have my usual, like, fight pads holder. I didn't have him to do rounds with and stuff. But I had him observing the rounds a lot. I had his input a lot more than his actual physical presence. And I, like anyone who knows Abdul knows, he just trains multiple times a week, hard every week, and he's a mystery age, probably above 50. Like the last couple of fight camps I've done, the very last round of sparring I've had has been Abdul, and he's still pushing it. It was like the last round he gave me this fight camp was madness.
And I don't think those at home will truly understand how loud it was in there. What was it like to be part of that?
That entrance was just like, it was weird because I got here and I was actually myself a bit. Like I'm not gonna, I'll be honest about it. I got in like a negative rhythm with my thoughts. I was like not in a good headspace when I got in the building. But then just watching Joe Fields win, I don't know if my nerves were actually for Joe and my brain was struggling to process them, or I don't know if just that gave me a massive boost. I don't know, but it just made me feel invincible for the rest of the night. Because Joe has really stepped up this fight camp. Like, normally, George is my pad holder. If there's no George around, it's Leon. Obviously, Leon was in America. George was on the sidelines. So Joe stepped up in a big way. Joe did the majority of my like fight-y, game plan-y type pads. I know we had an opponent switch up. He was grafting with me every session. When we had our medicals done at the same time, so we went and did our medicals together. Like, Joe Fields has been a massive, massive part of this. And I cannot thank him enough for just everything he's done. And his performance tonight was sick. No one is as like all in on this sport as that kid, and I'm buzzing for him.
And the list of champions at featherweight that have been in Cage Warriors, and I know everyone knows at home. What does it mean to be part of that list, that legacy list?
I was here like 10 years ago when Enland won it. McGregor, Pimlet, Vucenic, Charrier, Paul Hughes. These are all big. Paul McVeigh with his right straight to the southpaw's liver years and years ago. That was a sick finish to get the featherweight strap. There are a bunch of featherweight champions that, it means a lot to be in the same ilk as them.
And finally, you're starting to get them finishes now, and we know how important finishes are for getting into the UFC. Do you think you're closer to that point now?
Listen to me here. Dana White, the best episode of F It Friday you will ever do will be the Teesside chicken parmesan. I can phone Manjaro's, they can give you the recipe, they can give you the recipe for the garlic sauce, the Manjaro sauce and the Sizzler sauce. Get me in the UFC, get a F It Friday of Parmos. If not, I'll defend my belt, I'll finish some people, I'll keep fighting, I'll stay active. But trust me, Dana, you want a Teesside chicken parmesan and you want the Hardwicks in the UFC. George will be back soon. This is going to be it's inevitable.
Congratulations and welcome to the Champions Club.